Yo, what is up guys, I'm here hitting you up with a new Etheria restart video today with a Inferno Aurora guide, and it's also a special big guide because we're not only talking about how to farm Inferno Aurora, but even with a 100% safe team, which just simply does not fail at all. Before we jump into the build, quick thing in eigener Sache, we are super close on hitting 5,000 subscribers on this channel. So if you didn't subscribe now and you're watching my content regularly, feel free to subscribe and let's hit the 5K together. Now let's break this down together, how I set up my team for Aurora Inferno, what changed from my Hell 4 team, and generally speaking, what really pushed me over the line that made this team super safe now. It's probably also my safest team. It's safer than Termaton and it's also safer than my Doki Doki, because there's one change I made that simply, I was running this team the entire day yesterday and then it didn't fail a single time. Now, first and foremost, let's check out the units and the stats. So here we have my Viper. Now Viper is still on more or less the same build. He has like a plus 150 speed, 215% accuracy, and I maxed out all his skills because I want to make sure that he is reliably removing the immunity and Lance's attack break and speed down on Aurora itself. The Jackal doesn't really matter too much. It's also a nice boost, I would say, just for the turn meter, so he gets more turns, but it is not a requirement whatsoever. The requirement is for him to have accuracy with a decent enough speed to go first, and not necessarily going first, but like moving before the Ziada. Then we got as the typical mana, we have the Valerian. Valerian is max skilled on skill 2 now, as well as the skill 3. This also helps a lot with the survivability, also having only just a 3 turn cooldown with the Gigabyte, and the Gigabyte provides us an extra thick 8% shield with the synergy as well, increasing damage, but that's on the side note. And then also we have that time weave set effect, which helps us with our cooldowns, and then Wellspring just to make her level 3 skill 3 shield a lot thicker. Then we got Lily. Lily is exactly the same thing as she was most of the time, just really speedy with an artisan piece just to add a little bit of survivability. Nothing really else matters too much about her. I think the only thing that changed for my Lily here is, if you look at it, is the HP. The HP went up by at least, I think, 10k at this point, but that just also adds to the survivability of the team. Then let's talk about Ziada, because with Ziada we also have a big change. She does a lot more damage than she did before. I really don't care much about her accuracy anymore. If I land a defense break, I land it. If I don't land it, it is what it is at the end of the day. I really don't care too much. She's still on a revelation piece with 4% attack, then the crit rate, and this one obviously not optimal for her, but I keep it because of Yale and Messiah as well. And I'm using a Harvest Fury Edge. Like Kenai, you don't need, I don't think for Aurora even momentum is that great in the first place, because you don't really often have debuffs on the target, so it's like whatever. So I like having the Harvest set, because the Harvest set for the first like half of this fight just allows me to shred through Aurora's HP faster, and then the Fury one just gives an additional 12% damage increase, which is really fine and good. And then we have Fury Edge as well, which gives us just basically extra sweats with the crit rate and the crit damage. So this is very valuable. And then last but not least, and I think this is where really the change is coming in. So this is the Ling Lao, which is basically still on the same set. Nothing changed about her. Also on a Weave Swift set, which is important just to reduce cooldowns. But what gave me the big leap for this Aurora Inferno team, which basically made this team from like I would say 85 to 90% team to 100% team, is that fact that I max skilled her as 1 now, and now with a max skill as 1, having a higher chance of purifying with Well Prayer and getting also a 2-turn Whale Prayer basically give me the leap on actually don't worrying about Inferno Aurora anymore. Let's start off with the run so you can actually see how this really plays out. we're starting off with the Lily, then obviously here actually I didn't spin tune it anymore correctly because my Ziara got too fast. Which is kind of bummer because I kind of need probably 20 more speed or something on my Linglao and my Viper if I want them to move before my Ziara. But overall, it's not really a big deal whatsoever if she's actually moving first. Like ideally, you want her to be then slower than Ling and Viper, but it is what it is just with the setup. I just ended up having too much speed. I think it's probably because of the revelation piece and just the gear I have in general. And that's why it is what it is. But you know what? It still works out perfectly fine for me. The Ziada can also be replaced with the Yali. The one thing with the Ziada though, which is kind of makes this safer than with Yali, is the fact that Ziada is a blue unit, and because of that she receives a little bit less damage from the Aurora, and that in some certain situation where it kind of looks like Ziada's about to die, a Yali would die if the S3 of the Valerian is not active. Now the Lily you can replace with a Tsukiyomi if you have her, but then if you use Tsukiyomi, you do want to make sure that you have a max skill S3 and her S2. I think as well if it has a CD turn reduction, then yes. If not, then just the S3, and that's what you can also use. Or for example a Mia. I just like this comp specifically because it is very, very safe and very, very reliable as well. And also guys, I saw the hyperlink, and tomorrow we have that exclusive interview with the devs. So from what I can see is the units, I feel like that new unit, the dude, which was released, kinda is a unit that I feel like if you didn't got claws, then he's a good opportunity, or Holden or something like that. He's now a good opportunity for you guys to pull. So you have like your defense AoE defense breaker with a freeze and then a strip on S2. I personally probably going to skip on the dude because he doesn't really offer something that I need, and my problem with him is that he just needs too many lattice investments to really start to shine, and I have other units I have to let us skill up first. So that's why I don't think he is the greatest option, at least from my perspective, for my account. So I'm not planning on pulling him. But on the other side, we got that Go Fushu or whatever her name is, which is basically a premium version of Valerian. It is basically a SSR Valerian because she also works the way that Valerian does. Do not move whatsoever. Just stay there, don't do much, and turn meter boost your allies while also healing them at the same time, right? So she could basically be a replacement for Valerian, but we have to wait and see when she is coming out on first day, how good she really is. I plan on actually pulling her because I do like her kit, and she could be a viable option for different setups. And as well, the fact what I also liked about her kit and looking at her skill up investments is that she actually looks like a character that does not need any skill ups to function. And this is, I think, something we should keep in mind moving forward when we are looking at new character releases. Do we want to pull them or not? Looking and like, okay, does that character need any skill ups? Does it just need maybe like 2, or does it need max skill to perform, right? Because we have to be like very, very cautious with the perfect lattices we will get in the game. And obviously I feel like currently nobody has any lattices really saved up, or any lattices to spare currently because of our priorities, right? So pulling a character which needs lattices and where we don't want to put any lattices in right now is probably not the best call to pull. But if there is a new SSR coming which is really good right off the gate without any skill up investments, then I think this is also a good choice to pull. And yeah guys, I feel like I will end this here. You saw, I think this is now the second or third run at this point in time, how safe this team really is. The Linglao with the S1 max skill Linglaw is such a huge difference maker. Also the S2 of the Valerian helped a lot with this and optimizing Xiada's Gi as well, making her a little, dealing her a little bit more damage. But yeah, generally speaking, that S1 does the most because it's now a lot easier to cleanse all these debuffs we are getting from the Aurora, and this allows Xiada to deal more damage, faster damage, and just kill the Aurora more reliable without you worrying about RNG running out of time and basically getting killed by Aurora. Yeah guys, and that's about it. This is all I wanted to share for today's videos, guys. So if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. I really appreciate it, and see you with the next one. Deuces.